Mr. Turner? Mr. Turner? Mr. Turner? Thought that was you on the monitor. Don't know how you people do it, the hours you keep.
Well, it's easy for an insomniac.
Sorry if I startled you. Since Mr. Barrington's death, Mr. Malloy's been on us.
No problem.
Convicted serial killer claims someone killed Dan Barrington.
No, he claims there was someone in the room with him.
He's a nutbag.
Why would he take the time to send me this letter at a high-security building without anybody seeing it?
Because he's a clever nutbag.
Are you holding out on me?
The captain closed the investigation down. That happened yesterday. I'm sorry. 2 black, please.
But if I talk to Forrester, we have a chance at finding a suspect.
No matter what the truth is, you're not going to find it from a sociopath like Forrester.
Thanks for the coffee, Detective.
Don't do it.
Don't concern yourself with me. You're off the case anyway.
Mr. Turner. Jack, don't. Don't try to see Forrester by yourself. That letter, he wants something from you.
I want something from him.
Let me talk to the captain. That way we can do this through the proper channels. If he has anything to offer about Dan Barrington, we'll make this part of an official investigation.
We don't have time.
There's time enough when it's something this important.
The one thing the letter doesn't say, Alan Forrester's execution is tonight.
Nobody's having cereal, we're having eggs today, okay? And we're really running behind.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Daddy. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
You almost look like you slept.
Oh, I almost feel like it.
Did Mom show you the math test I got back yesterday?
Yeah, amazing on that. I'm just sorry I wasn't here for you to show me yourself.
Did you really sleep at your office?
Okay, here's how it went. I was working at my office, and then it got late, and then...
Wake up, Daddy!
What? Oh, is that your bus? Okay, listen up. 5:30, we hit the neighborhood. Give me a kiss. Go, 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 go.
Okay, here we go. Have fun.
Bye. Bye.
You want to see his math test now?
Sorry.
They miss you when you're not here.
I'm working on it.
Are you? It's Halloween. You can't be late tonight.
I know.
Jack, please don't make me do it. Forrester gives me the creeps.
He's not going to bite you. He's not Hannibal Lecter. The man was a very well-respected legal scholar.
Until he started taking a pound of flesh literally.
No, you have to admit there's a certain judicial poetry in a corrupt sausage maker ending up in his own kielbasa.
You know who you want for this. You want Giffen. He has a cast-iron stomach for this kind of research. You should see his collection
Feynman, I need you. I want you to run down everything you can on Alan Forrester, and I mean everything, distill it down to one page, and meet me at Greensville at noon.
Noon? In Virginia, you expect me to sit in front of a man who fed his own paralegal's tongue through a paper shredder?
Because he failed to properly research an appeal, resulting in his client's untimely execution.
Jack.
See you at noon.
Can you at least give me some clue as to what I'm looking for?
Any connection to Dan Barrington?
Easy, Forrester was his client.
Other than that, he claims to know things that he shouldn't know about Dan. I'm going to find out why. Get going, Feynman. They served him his last meal in 9 hours.
I'm serious. You stay away from Harding Street. And if a guy even looks like he might ask you for sex, you just walk away.
I gotta eat.
You want to stay out of prison?
Fine, I'll be a good girl. Cross my heart.
Good. And next time I ask you to dress conservatively for court, I mean a skirt below the knee.
It's Halloween. I thought it'd be good for business.
Mr. Riley?
I'll call you later. Yes, Your Honor?
Approach, please.
Yes, Your Honor?
PD's office has a conflict with this current case, United States versus Emmanuel Sanchez. Aggravated assault, robbery, and B&E. They represented him before, and there were issues. I need someone to take over the case. You're here, and I'm in a hurry.
Your Honor, my caseload is...
As full as everyone else's. I have complete confidence in your abilities, Mr. Riley.
I suppose if...
Consult with your client. We'll continue this arraignment until 2 o'clock this afternoon. Next matter.
There is something to be said for an all-nighter.
I prefer to think of it as a 24-hour billable day.
Oh, you do know how to sweet talk.
Mm-hmm.
You have my brief, then?
I'm sitting on it.
Nice work.
So what time do you want to leave tonight?
Tonight?
Our date? The singing detective?
All right. Do you have a red pen?
Top drawer.
Maybe we should just rent something.
No. I'm tired of all this skulking around.
That's what happens when you fall for trouble. Your mother should have warned you.
She did.
Your boy Manny's a real piece of work. You see that picture of the guy he worked over?
Allegedly worked over.
You can call it what you want. His prints were all over the store. The victims ID'd him, and he has no alibi. He beat that guy to a pulp.
Allegedly.
You say allegedly. I say he used a gun in the commission of a felony. That's 5 mandatory for the gun alone. All told, 10 to 15 minimum. That's max security, Riley. Kid's got a sweet face. He'll make
What are you
enough.
offering, Linda?
I drop the gun charge. He cops to robbery. We call it a day. 3 years.
What's the catch?
The deal expires tonight.
Tonight? Well... Right. End of the month.
And I need to close up some files, so today is your client's lucky day.
Oh, and that's what you're concerned about, is my client.
Oh, don't complain. You look like a hero. But if this case is still on my desk come Monday...
I got it.
I won't be feeling very charitable.
Alan Forrester eat his paw out of a trap if he thought he'd buy him more time. You want me to grant you access?
You walk in that door, he'll be running his mouth, spouting anything to get himself a stay. We all know the dead man's drill.
We believe he has credible information crucial to the investigation of Daniel Barrington's murder.
Last time I checked, Dan Barrington's death was ruled a suicide.
It's still an open inquiry.
Which means you got nothing and you want to go on a fishing trip.
Your Honor, Dan Barrington was my ethics professor. He was my friend. I know how much you respected him. If he was murdered, don't you think we owe him every effort to find out the truth?
We believe Alan Forrester will corroborate the identity of a suspect.
All we're asking for is access this afternoon to get the information.
And I'm not inclined to grant that request, Miss Turner.
The beauty of criminal law is that one case can turn on a new fact. The ABA fundraiser out in Roslyn. You gave quite a keynote speech.
I hate a man with a good memory.
Let us find the new fact, Your Honor.
And when you don't get what you want, you'll come begging for more.
I understand the state is fully vested in seeing Alan Forrester executed tonight. You give us the access this afternoon to get what we need, and the state can do as it sees fit tonight.
I'll trust your word on this, Mr. Turner. But I don't want this son of a bitch using my generosity to manipulate this court. I'll give you your access, but I'm putting you on a tight leash. If Forrester ventures one step off topic, you shut him down, Mr. Carlisle. I will not be made a fool.
Ah, look who's back. I was coming up with conspiracy theories to... You're not Charlie.
Tim Jenkins.
Tim, you know you're sitting at someone else's desk.
They just told me to box everything up and sit here.
Who told you that?
Personnel.
That's supposed to impress me? 3 years?
Look, you don't get it. This is a gift. You were looking at a minimum 15 years. Your name happened to be in the right pile on the right desk on the right day.
And how about you served the time, huh?
Hey, look, they have you in the crosshairs. ID, print, priors. You don't even have an alibi.
Take the deal, then. Look, Manny, I get it, all right? Now make your deal.
All right. I'll let the AUSA know you'll take the plea. Guard.
Thing you didn't ask. I didn't do it. But whatever, man. Just bring me the deal. I'll sign it.
So, you got a strategy here?
To go in there and try and find out what he knows.
So basically, no strategy.
Jack, Simon, where you going? Where's he going? What do you have?
High points of Barrington's notes from his meetings with Forrester, indexed by topic, and an interesting tidbit from an old FBI transcript. Forrester kept files on all his victims, weighed the evidence, made sure there was no reasonable doubt. Then he meted out justice, his term.
Well, as long as he gave him a fair hearing.
You should see his website.
Website?
Let me guess, his disciples think he found a way to improve the system.
Try Forrester Rocks came up on every fan site, and there were dozens, all calling for more perfect retribution.
This should be fun.
So glad you could make it, Mr. Turner. Trick or treat.
Everyone seems to think you're just angling for a stay, Mr. Forrester. Why should I believe otherwise?
Well, because you're not everyone.
Tell me what you know about Dan Barrington's death.
Just like that?
Oh, I think you're aware of our limited time.
Very aware, Mr. Turner. Very aware. And I see Mr. Carlyle is here, no doubt, to keep us on track.
You can be quite sure of that.
And of course, the good detective Traub.
It's my investigation.
And yet, there's no AUSA present, which, in my experience, tells me that there is no murder investigation. Is that correct, Detective?
We'll ask the questions.
Very well. Here are the ground rules.
You're hardly in any position to dictate rules.
Oh, I would argue that I'm in a perfect position.
We're not here to be lectured, Mr.
No, we're here because I have something Mr. Turner wants. So we follow my rules, or...
Let's hear them.
It's quite simple. I just want to talk.
You just want to talk.
As you might imagine, conversation is somewhat limited here in Greensville. So, yes, that's it. We talk, and I give you everything you ever wanted to know about Daniel Barrington, and then some.
Dan Barrington died 2 months ago. Don't you find it oddly coincidental that on the eve of your execution, you suddenly have information you want to share?
When my defendants, when they faced the inevitable, when they knew that there was no changing the course of their sentence, I suspect it allowed them a new perspective. I wish to share my newfound perspective with you, Mr. Turner.
Go on.
Magna est veritas et prevalet.
Greatest truth and mighty above all things.
Oh my, we have a Latin scholar among us.
With all due respect to the Old Testament, I would argue that justice is paramount.
But can there really be justice if truth becomes perverted and distorted, buried in a system that's predicated on loopholes and deceit?
That argument doesn't hold.
Oh, why not?
The truth, being subjective and not absolute, can offer only opinion.
But if truth is the basis of justice, and truth is subjective, then how can justice be anything other than an opinion, as you say?
That's why we have the law. It renders that syllogism moot.
Bravo, Counselor, bravo. Oh, my God, it's so refreshing to find someone who's willing to take on a good debate.
We are not here for your personal entertainment, Mr. Forrester.
Yes, you are. That and Mr. Turner's quest for truth. Or is it justice?
I want to hear anything you know about Dan Barrington.
Now, I could tell you things about Dan Barrington that will curl your toes.
You wanted to see me?
Yeah. My daughter made it, Halloween.
Frankenstein?
Mickey Mouse.
Huh.
She's 6. Okay, pick a file, any file.
Sorry?
That we can go murder, custody. I think I have an arson here. Here you go.
Here, you cleared one this morning. 3 years instead of 15?
Assistant U.S. Attorney's gift. I haven't cleared it yet.
Problem?
Yeah, the gift came with a ticking clock. Take it or leave it by tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah, a monthly pool at the AUSA's office.
Oh.
Yeah. They don't cop to it, but nice, huh? Your system of justice, hard at work. Whoever books the most convictions wins. I hear the pot's 4 digits.
You think your client's got a chance if you take it to trial?
No. But the kid says he's innocent. I know, they all say that. And the victim ID'd him cold, but the way he said it. You ever shake an ID? Well, grab your coat, Molly Packard. It's time you got baptized.
Chester, it's Ariel Saxon again. Yeah, I was just wondering if you were able to dig up those face sheets that I asked for. No, don't worry about it. If you could bring them up now, that would be great. Yes, Mr. Rushton is going to be very surprised when I track down his old friend.
My kids would love that.
Well, he's handsome.
Thank you. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It's business.
Yeah, no problem. So you were saying?
The guy was in here like, boom, he starts wailing on me before I got a chance to do squat.
And this was at what time?
6:30 or so. I told the police it should be in the report.
Okay, so the guy breaks in. He's on you like a flash. Starts pounding your face. Your eyes are swollen, bleeding.
It's 6:30. It's dark. The assailant's wearing a hat. It says it right here.
Whoa. I see where you're going.
Well, it's just, you say here that you're 100% sure of your ID, but...
It just seems impossible, Mr. Carpeggi.
Your client, he and his buddies, they would come in to sell me stereo stuff all the time. Between you and me, stuff that we both know was jacked. So am I 100% sure that he's the one? Ask me on the stand, huh?
Well done, Counselor. $12 million.
Juries like me.
I hear that you made their star witness cry.
He tried to blindside me. Just used it to my advantage.
Well, speaking of which, I had an interesting conversation this morning with Chester from recruiting.
Brooks Brothers, he carries a man purse.
Has a penchant for gossip. It seems your Miss Saxon isn't digging up things about Jack Turner. She's digging up things about your past.
Why would Dan confide in you?
Let me tell you what happens, Jack. May I call you Jack?
That's fine.
When you discover, as you must, Jack, that justice is far more complicated than you'd ever allow yourself to believe, you make certain choices.
We're talking about Dan Barrington, not you.
That's correct.
Go on.
You are aware that he had accrued substantial debt.
Yes.
A fact which I believe made his daughter Tara quite dismayed. The thing about debt, it's like being stuck in the snow. Once you start spinning your tires, all you're left with is a big, dirty hole.
So you throw down some sand and call a tow.
Yes, but what if you can't pay for the tow? You change the rules, you compromise.
And what did Dan compromise on?
Well, the one and only thing he had left to compromise, the law.
No. He loved the law.
For I've sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art black as hell and dark as night.
Shakespeare could have been talking about you.
But he was writing about all of us. Even you.
This isn't about me.
Well, you don't want it to be about you.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Really? No skeletons hiding in that closet of yours? How about your beach house? And how's the dating life, Jack? Have you replaced that cute little attorney yet? Or are you still too afraid to be in a relationship with a woman who's smarter than you?
I'm done here.
Well, give my regards to your mother. How's she doing these days, by the way? They treating her okay? Bitch. If I hit a sore point, or two, shall I go for 3?
What do you really want?
A champion.
You need a muzzle.
I need someone who's passionate enough to fight the good fight in spite of the odds.
You don't give a damn about the good fight.
Oh, but I do. I do. And you will never, I fear, comprehend how much I care. Because without a certain type of passion, good men rot and die in prison. Men like Andrew Wilkins.
What did you say?
Without passionate advocacy, truth is perverted, and someone ends up being convicted of a murder they didn't commit.
Stay off topic, and this interview was over.
Oh, what was that girl's name? Casey Evans. Huh. You think I'd remember her name?
Guard!
Since I'm the one that slit her throat.
Guard!
You're lying.
Take him out of here.
Am I? Doesn't match your M.O. I was young.
Take him out of here before he says another word.
Got my drink wrong, too. Not much of a waitress.
Get him the hell out of here.
An innocent man will die in prison convicted of a crime he didn't commit.
Shut that damn camera off.
Doesn't Andrew Wilkins deserve
Damn it.
justice,
Get
Jack?
him the hell out of here.
Doesn't he deserve a champion? Doesn't he deserve a champion?
On the nickel slots. Get yourself a couple of deputies and escort Mr. Turner and his band of merry men to the state line.
With pleasure.
Then Forrester wins.
Wins?
By introducing Casey Evans' murder, he got his stay of execution.
I will not have the state of Virginia held hostage by a psychopath. Now, that conversation never happened. Am I right, Mr. Carlisle?
Never heard a word.
We're pulling the switch. At 11 p.m. sharp, I plan on having a front row seat.
And I plan on filing a grievance with the Judicial Inquiry and Review Commission.
For what?
You want to talk about sanctions? Obstruction of justice, ethical violations, denial of due process? Give me an hour. I'll come up with more.
You don't have a leg to stand on.
You're purposely ignoring a confession of a murder. I'll get my hearing, you'll get censured, and he'll get his stay of execution.
You're a hypocrite, Turner. This isn't about justice. You want to keep fishing on the topic Daniel Barrington.
Just let me back in there. Give me 1 more hour.
To do what?
I'd like to tell you, but then you might have to testify to it on the stand.
Lock my son up for 3 years?
I know, it seems like a lot.
Seems like cake. What's this, like the 10th time they've nailed him?
I was hoping that you might be able to give me some information to help Manny. Your son?
You want to help my son? You know what he did to the last lawyer?
I heard there were difficulties.
He pissed on the guy. Trust me, kid's not worth saving.
You Manny's lawyer?
Yes, George Riley.
I'm Guillermo's girlfriend. Manny's dad.
How can I help you?
Look, I heard what he told you. Manny, they go at it all the time. Manny's sweet. I know he didn't do what they're saying.
I wish I could prove that.
You can. He was with me.
Why didn't he say anything?
Well, the thing is, we were together. And if his dad found out, he'd kill me. But if it helps Manny...
What did you say your name was?
5 minutes away.
Linda!
I'll call you back.
I left 3 messages for you.
Yeah?
My client has an alibi.
How nice for him.
She'll testify.
She will she? What is her name? Daniela Mercado, the father's girlfriend? The one he shares with his son?
You knew?
Call it a hunch based on experience.
So now you're withholding information relevant to my client's defense?
Your client has been arrested 3 times in the last 17 months. The girlfriend's come forward as an alibi 3 times, and 3 times we proved it bogus.
If I had more time, I would be able to find information like this to defend my client properly. Just give me 1 more day.
No can do, Riley.
That's right. Tomorrow's November. New pool.
You worked me. I've been chasing lies all afternoon. I embarrassed myself in front of the AUSA. I'm done with this.
Be done already. Nobody asked you.
You asked me! You said you were innocent.
I told you to make the deal.
And I would have, but I have this crazy rule. When my client says he's innocent, I try to believe him. You know what I can't figure out? Why does Carpeggi finger you if you didn't do it?
Carpeggi's strung out half the time. How in the hell should I know why a fool like that says something?
I hope you have a game plan this time.
I'm working on it.
It's so good to see you again, Jack. Let me guess. The old judicial inquiry trick with Judge Pearl? It works every time.
Nobody believed a word you said.
That's why I've got you.
Who was with Dan Barrington when he died?
Clock is ticking, Mr. Forrester.
For both of us. I took a souvenir from Casey Evans. A small little cheap beer bottle earring. Her sense of style was worse than her service.
Why should we care?
Well, if you're questioning the veracity of what I'm saying, if you're so willing to discard my testimony, then how could anything I say to you be of value?
It's not gonna make any difference.
We'll see.
It's set for 5:30. You make the plea. Judge Selner asked Manny if he did it. He says yes. Deal's done.
Okay, no problem. I'll take care of it.
Thanks. I'll steal an Abba from Mrs. Shapley for you. It's our neighbor. Good candy, bad fruit. Oh, by the way, the kid's a real piece of work, so just a word of warning.
Yeah, the cop I talked to nearly gagged when I told him about the deal. Get this. It turns out this is the 4th time that Carpeggi's been ripped off in the past 7 months. We weren't closing this deal so fast. I'm betting they tried to pin those on Manny, too.
No doubt. I gotta go.
Did you forget something?
No. Find Kathy. Tell her that I need the number of the insurance specialist that we used on the DeMarco case.
The insurance specialist?
Look, just find her, get the number. I need to make this call.
Come in.
What are you working on?
Nothing. Jack wants me to brief this today.
He's starting to rely on you.
I hope so.
That's good. Fits right into our plans, doesn't it?
What are you up to?
Dinner. I got a private table at Bijou tonight for before the movie.
Bijou.
Meet me there, say, 7:30?
No more skulking around.
Well, isn't that part of the fun of it? I'm looking forward to tonight.
You're not going to believe this, but the night Casey Evans was murdered, she was wearing
A pair of beer bottle earrings.
One was in her ear, and the other one was ripped out and never found. It was never in the press, never came out at the trial. The detective who worked the case choked on his donut when I asked.
This doesn't make any sense. You could have made this confession to anyone.
I don't know. Would you or I act any different if we were facing execution tonight? It's the last move of a very desperate man.
Well, he knows something. He's got to know something.
It's over, Jack. We're out of time, and he won his stay. The earrings checked out.
That's great, counselor. Now I have to inform the Attorney General. Judge Pearl's gonna rip me a new one. I hope you enjoy practicing law in the state of Virginia. Gate.
And the truth shall set you free.
Just delaying the inevitable.
Oh, how typically pedestrian of you, detective. And you wonder why you haven't advanced to your satisfaction at the MPDC.
Throwing stones, huh? No, what do you care? Still, I'm surprised you confessed to this murder, considering the reputation you feel compelled to uphold.
Your point eludes me.
There's one thing you didn't tell us about Casey Evans. For all your talk about paradigms of justice, you're just another sick bastard like every other killer in here.
I told you everything.
You didn't tell us she was raped. I think you raped her post-mortem.
Okay, here they are. Go.
Client ready to sign the plea?
Linda, absolutely. I just need a moment with you, Mr. Carpeggi, to clarify some details.
Give us 3 minutes before you bring in our client, please.
Make that 4 stair systems. There were...
Mr. Riley, are we ready?
My client should be here any moment, Your Honor. Okay, your burglar alarm. Now, that was off during the robbery?
Riley, what point are you trying to clarify?
Motive.
Motive for a robbery?
No, for insurance fraud.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
What is he talking about?
Problem, Mr. Riley? I thought we were here to plead.
If I could just have a second, Your Honor. Did you know that your security company keeps detailed records of when your alarm is armed and when it's not?
Riley?
And your alarm was armed until about 10 minutes before you called to report the crime, which was also the case of 3 other times your store was robbed in the past 7 months. Each time, your system was turned off minutes before you called to report the crime.
You're calling me a liar.
4 robberies, 4 different insurance companies. That way they don't catch on to the previous break-ins. Isn't that right, Mr. Carpeggi?
Okay, I've had enough. I thought we had a deal.
We did. But when I have my client sign away 3 years of his life, generous as that deal may be, I kind of like to know the facts. And I just wanted to verify that your witness omitted some pertinent ones.
You're talking insurance fraud. He was beaten.
You're a drug user, aren't you, Mr. Carpeggi? It's a small street. Weren't you beaten for not paying drug debts?
Mr. Riley, are you done holding court back there? Do we have a deal to discuss?
I'm afraid not, Your Honor.
You asked for this hearing.
I did, but I found a small hitch. My client's innocent.
Ms. Solis?
You can prove all this?
Insurance fraud's not my job. Reasonable doubt to a jury? Oh, yeah.
Counsel, please approach. You know what I hate? I hate having my time wasted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Mr. Riley, shut up. Miss Solis, if what I just heard is what I think I heard, then we may have some very serious issues here.
And on that point, I'd like to request a hearing on probable cause.
Your Honor, granted.
And I would like to suggest, Miss Solis, that you review your evidence very carefully so as not to waste this court's time in the future. Next matter.
You're bluffing. I never touched her in that way.
It's like you said, you were young, impulsive, she was dead.
It goes against everything I believe in. My executions were based on solid legal principles.
It amazes me, killers like you. You'll brag about slitting throats and dumping bodies, but tag you with necrophilia and suddenly it's what'll Mom think.
Dahmer was the same way.
Bundy, too.
Valiant effort, Jack. Valiant. But if there had been any evidence that her corpse was defiled, they would have brought it up at the trial.
A Class 6 felony doesn't get you the chair, and that was the whole ballgame, so the prosecutors didn't pursue it. You'll get your stay. But I take some solace in knowing that some of your fans who think you're a martyr will see you in a different light now. You'll hear the joke 6 feet under. Might want to start practicing turning in your grave.
You're going to walk away with all the information I have to offer you.
Watch me.
Benjamin Baker. Casey Evans was his victim. We took the same prison transport when we were on trial. Little game of liar's poker. Loser had to tell about all the crimes they got away with.
That almost sounds believable.
Benjamin Baker, Sussex State Prison.
Check it out, Feynman. Absolutely.
Vinisti, Vidisti, Bacisti. Hey, Jack.
I didn't come here for a victory.
Oh, but you proved your thesis, and mine as well. Truth, it seems, was the handmaiden of justice after all. There was someone in the room with Dan Barrington the night he died.
Who?
Someone you know.
Who?
Was Casey Evans raped post-mortem? They say he knew every inch of the Berlin Wall with his fingertips. That he knew every Soviet torture because he'd experienced them all personally. His former employers consider him to be a man upon whom they could depend, and his current employers have depended upon him for the last 30 years.
Hal Malloy.
Whether he witnessed poor Daniel's death or caused it, I cannot say. But he was there in the room before he died.
How could you possibly know that?
That's unimportant.
You went to so much trouble to do this. Why?
Dan Barrington deserved better than he got. And after tonight, you and you alone will understand that better than anyone else alive. Was it true, Jack? About Casey Evans?
Justice is paramount above all. It's the first thing Dan Barrington taught me.
It's not going to make any difference, you know. What Forrester gave us is hearsay.
But it's something to go on, a place to start.
This could get tricky. Hal Malloy is not a man to mess with.
And if he's involved with Dan's death, that means there are others.
Lost my time, lost my place in sky blue. There's two blue eyes, light your face in sky blue. I know how to fly, I know how to drown in sky blue. Warm wind blowing over the earth, sky blue. I sing through the land sings through me, sky blue. Reaching into the deepest shade of sky blue. Sky blue. So tired of all this traveling. So many miles away from home.
Charlie. Charlie. Charlie?
Train pulled out, said my goodbyes. Sky blue. They can stop
It's time. Step to the middle of the cell.